Yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, I am my number one fan. I'm trying to get you from here to there. I'm trying to show niggas it ain't fair. How I just came up, but you not there. Stuck in the same situation you been in. They got the plug, you got the sound. You not just a groupie that's hanging around. They got the stage, but you bring the lights. It's enough room at the top, we ain't gotta fight. I am my number one fan. I am that legend you stand for.
Hello, y'all.
How
this is Reese.
is everybody doing? This is Arnold.
I hope y'all feeling good today.
I am.
That's good. How's your weekend going thus far?
Man, my weekend was great.
That's what's up, man. Hopefully y'all weekend was great also.
I hope it was too, because we knew what Friday was.
What was Friday?
Friday was Valentine's Day.
It was?
It was. I seen all them balloons your wife gave you in the backyard.
Nope. That wasn't for me.
But it was your wife.
No, that was somebody maybe walking down the driveway or something like that, but that wasn't for me. Somebody lost them or something, because I didn't get no balloons.
Did I let the secret out?
No, I doubt it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, because she don't like balloons.
Oh.
Not really. So I don't know. Maybe it was one of our other sets of neighbors on this block, and their balloons blew away or something.
Oh, well, somebody got a bunch of balloons, and they landed in the back of your house.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Maybe they came and got that, but I didn't see that.
Oh. Well, tell me, how was your Valentine's Day?
I mean, it was good, man. You know, this, for me, it was my 20th being married.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. I mean, I celebrate 20 years come September.
Oh, congratulations.
I appreciate that. You know, so, that's... When we had sat down, we talked about it. We realized that we've been together for 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, today is our 23-year anniversary, to be honest.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So we're just looking at some of those milestones, and you realize, like, dang, we've been together that long?
That's not long, bro.
No, I mean, but, sometimes when you say those numbers, like 20 years, good Lord, Jesus, like... I graduated high school how many years ago? I mean, it was longer than that, but...
Well, that's a little different, because I think when you graduated, they still had the little, the hammer and the chisel.
Yours was still doing... You talking about hieroglyphics? Yo, look, man, yours was just doing fire. Y'all just figure out what fire was.
That's all we knew. Fire. That's all we knew.
No, but my Valentine's Day it was cool. It was cool. Yeah. How about yours?
Mine was all right. It was the day of love. I mean, I'm on the same line with you. We've been married for a while, over 20 years, and it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in a long committed relationship, things of that nature, they're important, but sometimes you forget about them. Especially when you work all week, and So let me paint the picture real quick.
All right.
So let me paint a picture.
All right.
So Valentine's Day, we got up like we usually do. We up early. We get up early, like 4:30 every morning. So I get up, and I happen to see last year's Valentine card up on my mirror, on my over top of my dresser. And so I asked my wife, I said, "Is that a Valentine's card?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's last year's." I said, "Oh, yeah, because I thought we weren't doing Valentine's this year." And she was like, "No, we're not." So, I go to the bathroom, come back. Lo and behold, there's 2 Valentine cards on my bed, on my side of the bed, right? So I'm like, "I thought we weren't doing Valentine's Day." And she was like, "Oh, I love you. I just want to show you." Oh, yeah, right. So to make a long story short, I drive truck. So I'm running around all day trying to find something for her for Valentine's Day. So I end up, I got some balloons, thinking of you balloons. I love you this much balloons. Happy Valentine balloons.
So you talking about me with the balloons?
Well, I had to ease y'all into what I was about to do. So I didn't want anybody to think it was just me. So, I bought some balloons. I went and bought some flowers, and I bought a nice card, So for those who do not know if your card is nice or not, well, they have a little thing on the back of the card and it tells you how much it costs. If it's over $7, your card's nice. You know, so I spent a couple dollars on the card, which is, you know, what you're supposed to do. And later on that evening, after she came home from work, she seen everything. Then she said, "Oh, I thought we weren't doing Valentine's Day." I was like, "What?" but being and correct me if I'm wrong. But most men that are married and have been in a committed relationship for longer than 5 years, when your wife says, or your girlfriend or significant other says that they don't want to do something, you better do it. Because they're usually looking for it.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't have to go through all that. I mean, we don't really talk about it per se. We know it's coming. Will she give me a card? Yes. Do we talk about going out? I think because we do so much throughout the year that one day does not really make a difference per se.
Yeah, I mean, because the older you get, sure. Now, if you're a fairly new couple and you're in a new romance and all that, I understand that. You want to be able to show, hey, I'm this great guy.
Right.
I got the flowers for you. I'm taking you to such and such to eat, and we're gonna do this. You're gonna have lobster. You're gonna have this, and we're gonna drink wine, and we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna make love at the end of the night. And hey, you're gonna love me until next year. But as you get older, it's like, I'm tired. Here.
Yeah.
What is that? It's a card. What does the card say? Well, read it.
Yeah.
And then you read it and you're like, oh, this is nice, honey. She's, it's nice. So you're like, here's your card.
Right.
She's like, I
mean, see, I don't know. I think because there's so much going on with us right now, and there has been since we've had kids, it's like we don't have time to really think about some of these little days.
Right.
Like truth be told, even with our anniversary, right? We had gotten married September the 2nd, 2000. My daughter was born July of 2001, and then my son was born September the 4th, 2003. So understand this, right? So any day is not really our day.
Right.
You get what I mean? Right. Because and even with wifey's birthday being in October, it's so close to everything else. It's like, all right, what in the world do we do?
Right.
Because her and understand she's a Libra and she's trying to balance things out. It's like, well, we just spent all this money on clothes for school, and especially when my daughter went to college, like, all this college stuff, and we got to do prom and this and that and the other. And then next thing you know, oh, yeah, well, we got to do all this for Thanksgiving. We got to spend all this money for Thanksgiving. Then it's going to be Christmas. So I was like, all right, well, what do you want me to do then?
Right.
I'm stuck.
Right.
And then because Valentine's Day is cold, she's just a cold person. So she's like, look, if I'm in the house, I'm in the house. I ain't trying to go outside. Now, one thing we did do this past weekend was we did go to a jazz concert on Saturday.
Oh, it was nice.
It was nice. So, so that was cool. But other than that, like, she's not a real big, even though she likes to go out, don't get me wrong, but it's just so many other things kind of going on.
And I understand that. Like I said, Valentine's Day is a young man's game. And I'm not saying that it's a young man's game. It's a new romance game. It's for someone that's just starting out in a relationship. But like what you did say, like with us, we go through. I show my love every day,
right?
With the things that I do and say, and how we greet and react to each other,
right?
So I show that every day. So I don't think that I need just one particular day to say this is the day that To me, Valentine's Day is just what it is. A day of love for that one day that you can show whoever you want to show that you care that much about them, or you're trying to, I want to care more about you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that and she and I talk about this a lot recently, that I think once my son goes off to college, then we could kind of go back to us.
True. You'll like that.
Because as of right now, everything has been really about them and trying to build a business and all that type of stuff. Where we've, as we say to ourselves, like, we forgot to date.
Right.
We're forgetting to date.
Right.
So we're losing a few little things in that. And I get that, and I understand that. So my thing is like, look, it's a ticking clock right now. Like, yo, my son, he'll be out in less than a year or a little over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's out.
Right.
So we back to us. We can get to us.
So I had a question, right? But listening to your description of your Valentine's Day and how you and your wife approach that day, my question was this: who do you think out of the males and the females think that Valentine's Day is more important to? So which one do you think is more?
Okay, so I can't speak for my current relationship because we never put a lot of emphasis on Valentine's Day.
Right.
Overall. Right. Now, if I had to reverse time and think about previous things, I would say it was more for the female.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But again, we're talking teenage, early 20s time.
Yeah.
You know, so in your teenage years, yes, you're buying the balloons and the candy and the teddy bears.
Hey, what's the deal with the giant teddy bear?
I mean, I must admit, when we had first gotten together, my wife and I had first gotten together, I did buy her a few teddy bears here and there.
Uh-huh.
And to be honest, them suckers left. I mean, because they sat on the bed for a little while. She's like, oh, I mean, the very first one, she's like, oh, that's cute. The second one, oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is like,
why is this thing here?
Yeah, she didn't say nothing. Like, you notice I didn't say the word.
It's in the way.
And then, to be honest, I mean, just recently, within the last 2 or 3 years, all the stuffed animals that my kids had, she was like, these joints gotta go. So, and then the other thing is, as we start looking at cards and things like that, over the years, we've been starting to purge some of these cards too. Mm-hmm. So I can't really say that, hey, we're very, very sentimental in that regard. There are some things that we do hold on to, but as far as the cards, the teddy bears, things like that, it's hard to say. But I would say in some past relationships, for me, I think is more of the young lady that was more excited. And I think because of her excitement of Valentine's Day and love and all that type of stuff, that it made me excited because I like to shop.
Right.
You get what I mean? So, and in all reality, when you're in a store and you're buying stuff and they see you buying something for a young lady, all the other young ladies will be like, oh, that's so cute.
That's true.
And I mean, so for me, I was like, oh, shucks, I'm the man. Like, y'all like it, I'm going to like it too. She going to like it too. So
doing my little rant, running back and forth from store to store to find what I want for her, I found something that was very unusual.
Okay.
Because I'm usually always late on Valentine's Day. I'm usually the last minute guy. I'm always the last minute when it comes to Valentine's Day, right? So as I was going through the store, I had noticed that it was extremely a lot of females that were late. Because usually the woman, she's usually the one that has everything already planned out. The man is usually the one that's running at the last minute. Oh, I got to get this card. I got to run over here and get this. I got to make reservations. I got to do this. But I was like, wow. So I asked where I was at. Mm-hmm. And I was buying the balloons.
Okay.
So I asked Liz, I said, this is strange. And he was like, what? I was like, it's Valentine's Day. And I'm the only male that's here. I don't know if it's because of the time of day or what. Mm-hmm. I said, but it's why are so many women here? Why are they so late? The man is the one that's usually late. Mm-hmm. And they laughed and all that. And they said, well, roles done switched. I said, oh, okay.
But see, you know what, though? I think that because in this present day, the young ladies are so consumed with their careers.
Right.
That the emphasis on some of these, again, little mini holidays is not as great as it used to be.
Right.
I think, especially if I look at my social media, I didn't know that there was such as a day as Happy Galentine's Day.
Yeah, that is something new.
Or Happy Singles Day. I saw somebody put up Happy Singles Day. Like, yo, what is this world coming to? But I think, in reality, I think everyone is so holidayed out for a day like for Valentine's Day, it's not that big a deal like that. Not necessarily.
I mean, like we said, you can express your love any day that you want to express your love. I think that like everything else and every other holiday, society, meaning that big corporations have learned how to capitalize off of this and turn this into a money machine. Because how much money do you think the chocolate factories make off of this?
I mean, for right now,
right.
It has to be in the billions just for this one day.
And that's just for chocolate. And we're not talking about flowers, cards, them bears.
And so I'm going to say this to you too. So the other part of Valentine's Day, again, you're naming all the usual suspects: chocolate, balloons, bears, flowers, right?
Right.
So my wife is like, listen, don't buy me no flowers that's going to die in 3 days.
Right. So are you giving her artificial flowers?
I ain't getting no flowers.
There you go.
So now do I buy her flowers throughout the year? Every so often, so me buying it on Valentine's Day, I mean, it's a gesture that counts. I understand that, but would she want a cake? Oh no, she like that better.
Right.
You get
she eat off the cake for about a month. Especially if she have a whole cake to herself.
So I think, as though I think it comes down to you really understanding who your person is.
Right.
And what really moves them. I say this all the time. My particular wife, she's a lot different from most females. Mm-hmm. Everything that people, most females that I've dated or listened to or whatever, what gets them excited, it gets my wife could care less about.
Right.
She's just a different breed type thing.
And that's probably the reason why you love her.
I mean, listen. Anytime she could say, Maurice, here's our wedding anniversary. I don't want anything but us to paint the house. Like, what is that? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
But that's her. That's what she wants as a gift and stuff like that. So, Maurice, buy these flowers and put them in the yard. Stuff like, these perennials or whatever else. Like, those are the type of things that she's talking about. She's like, I don't want to spend money on all this other dumb stuff that doesn't make sense. Let's put something in this to invest in, so when we resell it, it's not going to be that hard on us.
Exactly.
So
that's good. You have the exceptional, just like I have the exceptional. But for those who like to go out and spend the money and do the things they like to do, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Oh no. I mean,
because it's all about love.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what your expression is,
right?
And whether they accept it or not. If that's what they're looking for, you give them what they're looking for.
Really?
There's nothing wrong with that. Does that mean that I did not give my wife a card? No, I gave her, a card. Like you said, is that a $7 card? No, it's a $5.99 card, but it was still close enough.
That's just as good. Yeah,
it's close enough.
That's $5.99 I can't get back.
I mean, but I think what it comes down to, see, when we first got together, I was more into poetry and music and stuff. So this particular year, I went back to the whole poetry thing. So I did write a poem within the card.
Okay.
And those are the type of things that...
Just drop a little something on us.
Huh?
Drop a little something on us.
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub? I'm sorry. Because I'm going to say that... I'm going to say that probably this coming weekend when we eat, because she got some ribs in the...
So wait a minute. That's the top. That's off the top of your head poem and also your prayer?
Right. So... but I'm gonna tell y'all, I think that y'all should just do what you feel good. What makes you feel good, but makes the other person feel good.
That's great. So how does Valentine's Day relate to the neighborhood?
How does it? I mean, we all should show love.
Right.
Oh man, I'm drawing a. Oh,
but you're on the right.
Song?
You're on the right path. We also show love toward one another, whether it's brotherly love, sisterly love, or husband and wife love, that type of love. But you're all right.
I was thinking about the Jackson. Is it the Jackson 5 song?
And how does it go?
Unfortunately, it talks about showing love at Christmas. Is that this? Oh, I can't think of the name of the song. Draw the blank.
You got me too, because the first thing popped in my head was "Been away together for so long."
No,
and that just popped in my head. I don't know why.
I'm sorry,
But
y'all. My mind goes crazy.
I believe it is one of the Jackson songs that shows the love.
Show love on Christmas Day or whatever.
Yep.
So I mean, I think that's what it comes down to with the neighborhood. Besides, first of all, let's backtrack for a second. You talk about balloons. Balloons are not good for the neighborhood. And that's actually they're not good for the environment.
They get all caught up in your wires and stuff. Your cat and your dogs chasing them.
Right. But I think overall we should love our fellow man.
Correct.
And that's one of the things that we're missing today. We're so caught up in all these, again, crazy things, man. It's just we're losing the meaning of stuff.
Right. They're morphing into different meanings and taking on these other personas.
Right. Right.
So, but you're right. This is Valentine's Day should be that day of love, not just for the one that you care for that you live with, but for all.
Right.
And that's how it should be. Instead of just Valentine's Day, it should just be the day of love.
I mean, and in that, I know we talked about my wife so much, but even with the kids, I mean, it's the same thing. Like there's a lot of times for Valentine's Day, I cook. I didn't do it this year, but a lot of times I would cook something.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody would be like, oh, wow, this is something different. We haven't had this in a while, or that type of thing. So, it throws a different loop. Plus, I get to show my daughter on one end what to expect from a male. Right. For Valentine's Day, and for my son for what he should do for a female. Right. For Valentine's Day, or just a show of love or care or whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. Just trying to be that role model for the two of them especially. So, but I do believe that whatever you do should reflect on yourself, on your family, and on your neighborhood. And just continue to spread it across. Mm-hmm. That's the way I feel.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I used to always think that Valentine always had, even though you always see Cupid that's associated with Valentine's, I used to always wait for him to be looking around. Is he somewhere around? Is he going to hit me with this arrow? Is he going to hit the girl that I like with this arrow? Wow. Because that was the image that you thought when you was a kid.
Right, that Tom and Jerry stuff.
Yeah, that's what you thought. You thought there was this little kid running around in a diaper with a bow and arrow. It's going to shoot you with heart arrows. Right. And you're just going to fall in love with somebody. Right. And then you start playing the beat. Boom, boom, boom. Here's you is, or here's you ain't my baby. Right. Right. And as you get older, you realize that's not how it is at all, is it?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
No Cupid, no arrows.
Yeah.
You do fall in love, though.
Yeah, but, sometimes it's one-sided.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, I can honestly say that with the relationship that me and my wife have, with all the things that we went through and everything that we've put each other through, good and bad, is that over the test of time, our love has grown stronger for each other. So that I think that's a good thing. We've understand what love is, how love affects us and our children and our grandchildren and those around us, and how we reciprocate love from others. So, I'm glad that we had that chance to grow together to understand and get to the point where we are in our lives today. Right.
Yeah. And it takes time.
It does.
It takes time.
Does. Like everything.
Time, patience, maturity. Mm-hmm. Because I had to go through a lot of that too.
50 years. I still think I'm not grown enough yet.
But we'll all get there, and y'all get there too.
Right.
As long as we try to encourage ourselves. But most importantly, I think what all this comes down to, making sure that you love yourself.
Right. And even though this is the Monday or Tuesday or whenever you listen to this after Valentine's Day, when you finish listening to us today, or whenever you finish listening to us in the evening, turn to that person that you love, or find that person or call that person. Just let them know that you love them. Tell them you love them today. And not just today, do it every day, but just start today by, if you haven't, just start telling them you love them.
Or you could just call them and tell them, like, look, you got duck feet and I love your duck feet.
There you go.
I mean, something. It doesn't matter.
So love is in the sentence.
I mean, listen. So, again, my own personal story of sometimes we show love by chopping each other. Yeah, we chop each other.
Well, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, we chop.
Do you like literally chop each other?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Like your wrestling move. You know, wrestling, they don't really hit each other for real.
That's what that noise was.
Yeah, right.
I didn't want to say anything, but that's what that noise was.
Yeah, I mean, because my friends and I back in the day, that's some of the dumb things we used to do or whatever, you know, especially if you say something that's really, really dumb or whatever.
Right.
You'd be like, yo, Captain Obvious. And then so you give them a chop type thing, right? You know, so I started that with her back then. And so we've been chopping each other for over 20 years.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad y'all been chopping each other
up. You know, so whatever it might be. Right. So, you know, so whatever it is, continue to show those type of, because as they say, whatever you start off with, you got to continue.
You got to continue it. That's right.
You know, so
that's right.
Whether I do my Captain Caveman, throw over my shoulder type thing, pull it by a hair type thing, I mean, you might have to do the same thing.
Somebody showing their age. Ooh. No, he didn't go back to Captain Caveman.
Yo, so wait a minute, y'all. Do y'all know who Captain Caveman is? Did y'all watch that?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all know what cartoon it used to come with?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And here's a bonus. Do y'all even know who made the cartoon?
Wow.
Who was the production company?
Wow.
Because I'm gonna tell you, like I paid attention to all that, only because it came with all the other cartoons.
Exactly.
So so you can help us see.
You know, if you watched it, you know,
right?
You know exactly who was with them.
Now, my other question is, when did it come on? When did you watch it?
Me personally,
yeah,
I think I watched it because there was so much stuff going on, and I want to say Saturday mornings, and I remember also watching it in the afternoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it came on multiple times.
Yeah, because I watched it Saturday mornings, but it also came on in the afternoon.
Yeah. So yo, when did Captain Caveman come out?
Captain Caveman.
Yo, how about while we talking about it, how about the Diaper Man? What was that cartoon?
Whoa. Come on now, you talking about Diaper Man, Rope Man, and
right.
Whoa. Yeah. You are really showing your age.
Yo.
Shh.
Why are you shushing?
You're showing your age there.
Yo.
You're gonna have everybody Googling up who was Rope Man. Listen. That was a funny, and Diaper Man was the captain. He was the man.
Yes,
he was the leader.
Yes, he was.
Oh man,
Cuckoo Man.
So
yeah,
Cuckoo Man wasn't a force to be reckoned with either. He was cuckoo.
Tornado Man.
You feel me?
So yeah, like he said, I guess I'm showing my age a little bit. What I used to watch.
Yes, you are.
You know, but all those cartoons, they showed the Cupid for
the
most part.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
Each one of them had at one point in time, whether it was Chilly Willy the Penguin or whatever, all of them had some type of Valentine's Day or relative Valentine's Day message at one point in time.
Willy the Penguin, though.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you giving away too much. You're giving away too much.
Yo, man. I mean, those were the days, man. But see, those were the cartoons that I felt like showed me relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They also had their in a story within a story type thing.
Yep.
So now that I'm older, I can look back on those. I'm like, wow,
damn.
Woody Woodpecker, you had a whole lot to say.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be trying to catch that pigeon.
I might start talking about Mortimer or something.
Listen, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have people checking your trash for men.
Right.
To see exactly how old you are.
Right, man. So, y'all, we appreciate y'all for listening to us today.
Thank you.
And we love y'all.
Yes.
Only on Mondays, though.
Only on Monday. Well, no, we love y'all a little more than Monday, but we love you especially more on Mondays. But we love you every day.
You know, continue to tune in with us. Mm-hmm. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
That's right. And we're so glad that you tuned into our Valentine's special day podcast.
And be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And make sure that you share this episode with all the other Captain Caveman, Cave women out there.
That's right.
And make sure that you tell us in the description, or in the comments, when did you watch Captain Caveman?
Yeah.
And you can also tell us what you might have done this past weekend too.
And as a bonus, please tell me who Penelope Pierhart was.
Oh, wow. Penelope Pierhart.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go all the way back in my recesses for that one. Oh, no. I don't remember. I don't know
I got one for you.
Oh, I'm stumped now.
Mm-hmm.
I want how many of you are out there are stumped? Let us know.
Please do.
All right, y'all. We talk to y'all later.
You know we gotta get out. We gotta pay these bills.
And of course, we got jobs. We got things to do.
Yes, we do. We love y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.
You are the agent and we look for change. You conquered the pressure and you did not fall, but you are a diamond and what's more than gold.